if we should ever find ourselves in some sort of apocalyptic scenario,
if there's ever sort of a apocalyptic scenario of some kind,
would we be able to survive in our Model 3? We're gonna find out. Alright, so if you don't already know, the Model S and the Model X come with a feature called Bioweapons Defense Mode. Sounds a little crazy, but ideally what that's meant for is really to purify the air inside of your car and remove toxins, pollution, viruses from the air at the highest quality. And that's with using the large HEPA filter that comes in the Model S and X. Now, on the Model 3, when they came out, there wasn't room for a large filter, nor was a HEPA filter included. Now, they are a little bit better than your standard car filter, but it left room to ask, can we make the filter better? Can we make the car have better air inside? And also, recently, a lot of people have complained about odors in their cars, so could there be something that could work better for that? And thus was introduced the first HEPA air filter for the Model 3. Now, I picked this up from EV Tuning. I'll put a link to them down below, as well as where you can get this. As well as a discount code, Accessorize, for a discount on this. Now, just to be quite frank, this was sent to me for review purposes, so I'm going to give you my honest opinion whether I think this is worth it and whether I think it's better performing than the stock OEM filter that comes on your Tesla Model 3. So let's take a look. All right, pardon the noise, but we are over by the marshlands. This is, if you're familiar with the Bay Area, the Dumbarton Bridge connects Fremont to Palo Alto. We're on the Fremont side. I decided to come out here because I thought we might get a better result in pollution here. You get a lot of sulfur and stuff like that coming from the marshlands right over here. We've got the Dumbarton Freeway over on this side. That's why you hear the car noise. And I'm running my air filter test. You can see it right here. Don't know if you're actually able to see that or not, but I'll go ahead and tell you where we're at. So when reading air, the most important, what kind of people most likely look at is the particulate matter. Now, particulate matter is measured that we want to look at particulate matter that's under 2.5 micron. Currently here, this filtration system, and I'll put a link to this down below, I got it from Amazon, is reporting a 3. So it's actually not that bad here where I thought it would be bad. I guess we have some pretty decent air out here. It's probably California and all the EVs. In any case, we're reporting a 3 for particulate matter that's less than 2.5. So overall, not too bad of a score. The screen is reporting that the level is fresh. Probably knows that we're outside. And you're going to see a different measurement when we go inside the vehicle. So let's go in and let's test the OEM filter that's in the car with recycled air and with fresh air, so we can see how much of a difference it makes from being outside to inside. Remember, this is the OEM filter. Okay, so now we're back inside the car, and we're going to run the same filter inside. It looks like it's still hovering around pretty low, about 2 particles, 2 particulate matters that are under 2.5. But what we're going to do is we're going to run the filter in recycle mode, thus kind of resulting in the cleanest air possible using the OEM filter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the air. I'm going to set the air to recycle, and we're going to put it at level, I'm going to take it off auto here. I'm just going to put it at level 5. And at level 5, we're going to give this a little bit, and we're going to see what we end up with. So let's watch it. Okay, so as you can see, we were able to get it down to a 1 particulate matter that's under 2.5 microns and 1 that's under 10. I mean, that is pretty damn good on the OEM filter. Now, This is a hard test to run. Now, if you're familiar with the video that's been posted on YouTube by a gentleman by the name of Senso Hacks, you'll remember that he ran a very similar test during when the California wildfires were taking place. And so he saw a much higher number on his reader, and the OEM filtration system was able to bring it down to 5, which was pretty incredible. I'll put a link to his video down below as well. But you know, it's really hard when we don't have much pollution in the air, and the air is fairly clean here in California. There's not much to go down, but we were able to bring it down to 1. The other thing that I do want to try is letting in fresh air. Fresh air, ideally, instead of recycled air, should result at minimum as the same particulate matter as the outside test, if not better. So let's just try that, and I'll let you know what the reading is. And there you have it. So there were 2 particulate matters that were less than 2.5 micrometers. Now, if you're kind of wondering how big a micrometer is, let's take, for example, your hair. Your hair is 70 micrometers. So we're talking about particulate matter that's, what is that? 30 times smaller than your human hair. So for the car to get it down to that, that's pretty incredible. Now, it's 2 outside, recycling the air gets it down to 1. We've got these new HEPA filters to test out. I'm kind of expecting, hopefully, it gets down to 0. In which case, could you survive a bio attack? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Now, these HEPA filters, what is HEPA? Now, HEPA stands for high efficiency particulate air, right? It's specifically tailored to address particulate matter that's under 2.5 micrometers, what we just talked about. Now, HEPA filters are used in a lot of clean room environments and hospitals and, you know, intensive care units and so forth. So they demand the highest standard. Now, these from EV Tuning are using HEPA media that's made by 3M. Now, 3M is the leader in filters and filtration systems. So we're going to install this and we're going to take a look, and I'm going to show you how to change your filter in your Model 3. Let's take a look. Okay, so before getting started, you do need a couple tools. One is a pry tool. You don't really need this, as you could use your fingers, but you know, it's recommended. The second that you're going to need is a Torx 20 bit. So this just goes on a socket wrench, and you just use that to get it out. Now, the instructions for removing the filter are found actually on Tesla's website. They do recommend doing it. Now, Tesla recommends changing out the filter, I think it's once a year, and so we're going to go through that. We're going to take out the old filter. We're going to compare what the two look like. And then finally, we're going to test if we get better results. There's not much room to get any better, but to see if we get better results with the new HEPA filter from EV Tuning. Okay, so before starting, I do recommend to remove any mats, even the carpeted mats and everything here, so you have nothing in the way. But ideally, this is the passenger side footwell facing the center console. We're just going to grab the carpet from the top here and just start pulling. And it's all held in by clips, so don't be scared to just pull it apart and move it away. And once it's away, you're going to see all sorts of stuff here. All right, the next part we're going to focus on is right up here. This is the top, and what we need to do is remove this. And this removal is done with some clips that are located here on the top. This is what you'll need your little pry tool for. We loosen up these clips. Once you have all of them removed, this panel actually drops. Once you have these removed, you can pop them all out like so. Once they're all removed, this piece should essentially come out. Keep watch, there is the connector right here for the light. So you do want to remove that. Or you don't even really have to. You can actually kind of take it out of the way. But if you need to, there's a little tab to push and you can pull that tab and pull it out. Once you have that removed, set that aside. Now what you're going to notice is you're going to see this orange line that goes up here. Don't know what that is. And the orange line here, they're just sitting on these clips. So if you just pull it forward, they're just done there to route the wire. So you just want to move it out of the way, because what you want to get to, we'll just move that up there for now, is all the way up at the top there. You're going to notice a little screw. Your filter is actually right up in here. This is what you're going to need to remove. And at the top is your torque 20 screw. So if you can see all the way up in there, that's the screw that you need to remove. That's how you remove the filter. Now, I've seen some recommend a flexible screw head. I actually didn't use my socket wrench, and I'm just hand turning it. And there you go, have it. Took it out. There it is. So now that you've got that removed, this plate just comes right out. And once you have that plate removed, you have a tab right here that helps you on both sides to actually just pull out the filter. Now, before pulling out the second filter, what I want to do is kind of just show you the differences. Here is my old existing filter. You can see it's white, not so much white on one side. Okay, here it is without the sunlight, and yellow on the other. And so obviously mine's quite a bit dirty here, but as you can see, I still had great results from it. And here's the actual product information from Tesla. Okay, there it is right there. And then let's take a look at the new one from EV Tuning. Trying to get this one all dirtied up. So here is the EV Tuning one. So you'll see obviously the white on one side. It's compared to the white on this side. Obviously mine's dirty because it's used. But then you'll also notice on this side, and you'll also notice there's some little filters in there. So obviously this looks way more higher quality. Looks like there's more layers of filtration. Now, they're about the same thickness. Now, regarding the EV Tuning HEPA filter, this is a double layer filter with a HEPA filter on one side and a layer of several elements on the other. Now, what all this means is way too technical for me, but I'm going to read it to you. This is, the minerals are diatomite, tourmaline, and natural activated carbon. The HEPA works at inhalable particles. The tourmaline activated charcoal works to remove odor and toxic gases. The diatomite crystals works against bacteria, and then there's a fine mesh that holds in the nano mineral crystals, which is what you're hearing in there. So overall, I mean, it smells fresh. It smells great. I could see the charcoal in there. I mean, everything looks great. Let's get this installed. It's crazy hot out here, and let's test it out. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that with the way that the Model 3's filtration system is there's actually two. So after you remove one, there's another tab of another one that sits below it. So make sure that you pull that one out as well, and you remove both of them. Like so. All right, now for the installation of the EV Tuning HEPA filter. It's going to go in the same way that you took the old ones out. Remember, the charcoal, the black side, it will be facing the interior of the car. The tab needs to be reachable for you when you change it the next time. So just go ahead and slide that in there all the way in. So it does take a little finagling because you do want it to drop down evenly right below so that the one above it can fit in perfectly. All right, now time to put back in the last and final filter. Make sure that their tab is visible so when you need to remove it the next time, it's not so hard. Remove this guy. And there you go. Both are in. Okay, so we've got our HEPA filter installed. One thing I wanted to kind of clarify is that, you know, the filter that comes in the Model 3, the way it's designed is completely different than your standard car. If you notice that I pulled out 2 filters, a standard car usually typically only has one of those, and Tesla has stacked them. So thus doubling the filter size from your standard car filter size. Now, it's still smaller than the Model S and Model X, which is why they have a bioweapons defense mode. However, to still get that kind of coverage, and now with the EV tuning filter system, to have a HEPA grade, it's pretty damn good. So let's go ahead and get started and take a look. I've got the air running right now. We've got it on a fresh air, but let's go ahead and turn it to recycled air. I'm going to get my tool set up here and we're going to take a look at what the results are. Okay, so as you can see, the initialization is done, and you can start to see that you know, we're seeing similar results with the refreshed air, that we're seeing one particulate matter that's less than 2.5 micrometers. So you know, that's similar to what we saw before. However, let's go ahead and change it to fresh air and see if that changes anything. Okay, so I actually am not surprised here, you know, with the HEPA grade filter, along with the activated several filtration layers, the charcoal, and so forth. We're seeing better results with EV Tuning's HEPA grade filter for the Model 3. In fact, bringing in fresh air from outside. Previously, the air from outside to in was only measuring at 2. Now we're seeing it measuring at 1. You can kind of look at that as that's being 50% better, that I'm seeing better results and better quality of air inside my vehicle when bringing in fresh air. Now, I don't know about you, but I do like to set my air to fresh air as opposed to recycling the air inside. Now, when it's set to fresh air, I'm bringing in cleaner air. It seems like less particulate matter that's under 2.5 micrometers is able to get inside the vehicle, which to me is very important, as I've got a child and, you know, I just want to breathe clean air. We're driving vehicles that help promote clean air, so why not breathe clean air inside our vehicles? Now, many of you who have health restrictions or asthma or things of that nature, you may want to look into getting this. So in the end, could you defeat a bioweapon attack? Maybe not, but you're a lot better with this filter than the OEM filter. All right, so what did we learn today? We learned that the standard filter system that's built into our Tesla Model 3s is actually pretty damn good, but there is something better. Now, is the EV tuning HEPA filter for everyone? Probably not. Do you have to buy one? Probably not, but it is better, and clearly by the tests shown, we did achieve better results for air coming into the vehicle being cleaner and free of particulate matter that's under 2.5 micrometers. Okay, so from my time driving back home, I did notice that the air was cleaner and crisper in the car. It actually smelt good, and that's not due to scent wedge. I took those out before doing this test. However, if you have a problem with musty or smelly air, as I've seen in the forums some discussions over, you might want to try this out. It really seemed to clean up and freshen the air inside the vehicle. Again, like I said, the HEPA filter does a great job. It actually does do a slightly better job than the OEM filter. So If you think it's something you want to try, check out the link down below to EV Tuning's site. Remember to use my coupon code Accessorize for a discount on that. And again, if you like this video, hit it with a thumbs up. If you haven't already, consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button. And my camera is falling right now, so I gotta go. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya. All right, now that we've got our HEPA filters installed, we're gonna... Okay. Let's just everyone calm down here. Got cameras knocking over, all kinds of crap going on. Just calm down. Let's get this video. I can't see anything. Woo!
Oh, it's too much.